Living my life day to day, I never knew what to expect or to plan for, no clue. Schedule change every week, gotta adjust. Getting this money on time, well that's a must. Wake up, take a shower, get dressed, gotta go. Working by the hour, time's moving too slow. Running back and forth like I'm in a shuttle relay. Jumping over hoops and hurdles on a good day. Get home to a disaster in the house. Toys on the floor, kitchen's a wreck. Dishes are piled up, what's up with that? Nobody knows. I hop in my chat saying, man, I'm sick of this, working irregular hours, and then I come home and try to take a shower, but everything around me's a hot mess, and I'm tired of dealing with the stress. What am I doing with my life? I gotta fix it. What am I doing with my life? I gotta fix it. Like I'm Bob the Builder, gotta fix my life in pieces. One by one, gotta fix it up in pieces. Put it together like it's my opening thesis statement. So I made a statement, and then I say, it can't be yet, it's gotta be better, I know it. Got an engineering degree recently, so if I apply to other jobs, then maybe one of them will notice me. And hopefully, they pick up the phone and call me. I'm desperately looking for anything, cause I swear I gotta leave. So I wait patiently while I put in applications. Waited months and months but got nothing. 20 different applications, yet nothing. Spent every day of my life tweaking my resume, but apparently they didn't even consider me. Tried every keyword in the book, hoping and praying that they will take a look. Seems like it is all for naught. Will they give me a call? Probably not. What am I doing with my life? I gotta fix it. What am I doing with my life? I gotta fix it. Like I'm Bob the Builder, gotta fix my life in pieces. One by one, gotta fix it up in pieces. Put it together like it's my opening thesis statement. So I made a statement, and then I say, like I'm Bob the Builder, gotta fix my life in pieces. One by one, gotta fix it up in pieces. Put it together like it's my opening thesis statement. So I made a statement, and then I say, like I'm Bob the Builder, gotta fix my life in pieces. Like I'm Bob the Builder, gotta fix my life in pieces. And then I say, whoa, what is that? Am I hearing things? Is that my phone ringing? Who is this? So I pick up the phone. Hello? This Kaio? Yes, this is Kaio speaking. I'm looking at your resume. Looks like you meet the qualifications. I like to set an interview. We just have to pick a date. And so I rush to the calendar app, looking for a time that is suitable. How about Tuesday at 10:30? That's fine, I'll be at my cubicle. Looking forward to hearing from you soon, my guy. That's what I hear in my head as I say goodbye. Hang up the phone, then it hit me. Oh my God, I got an interview coming. Let me tell the squad. I ain't got time, gotta go. Time flew before I do it. Already here, ain't ready. That is my biggest fear. Told myself I'd be ready. No time like the present. So I jumped to the interview, saying, hey, how are you? Super nervous, but I'm getting through it. Looks like it's going well. Don't say nothing stupid before we say our farewells. Now we get the conclusion. Nice meeting you today. May follow up soon, so you have a good day. Day by day goes by, don't know what I should do today. I check my phone every hour, but nothing seems to come my way. So that's when I say, maybe that didn't work out, let me try again. Fix my resume and my job search, I'll soon recommence. Then I check my emails just cause, see a new message, and there I was, looking in awe at what I'm reading. The waiting is done, no more competing. In a nutshell, looking at it, I got the job. Feeling ecstatic, told my mom I got the job. Automatically told her friends I got the job. Shoot a message to all my friends, they say good job. Now I'm here, gotta get my rats up any minute now. Save every paycheck, so it's time to disappear. Look into apartments that are close to my job. That place don't look right, I ain't trying to get robbed. Look around even further, found the places I like. Made all the arrangements, low-key pretty hype. Start packing my things as the days go by. Move date coming soon. Time to say bye-bye. Call my friends, call my family, calling everyone I need to get started with this move. Need them all to proceed. Few hours pass by, getting through it quickly as I look at the time and it's only past 3. And so the family leaves, kicking it with the homies at my place until they leave. Now it's getting dark, friends heading out. So it's just me sitting in the house all alone. All alone. Yeah. Wake up next morning. Sunrise. And I look around me. Empty walls. Lights are off. Something's off. Think to myself. Way too quiet. Feeling loneliness. Oh God, not like this. No cooked meals at the ready. Gotta make it all myself. Take it nice and steady. One recipe at a time. Bills on bills on bills. Can't escape it. No financial help. Rent due when it's due. And most of all, if I need help, when something's wrong, no one's involved. Over time I realize that it's not so bad at all. Every day's a new day. Learn new things until I solve all the problems I face. By myself, no one to call. That's alright, it's alright. That's alright, yeah, it's alright. Learning how to cook on my own. Dishes are mine and mine alone. Not worry about nobody else. Cooking and cleaning, making a mess. All of the cooking and cleaning I do on my own. Independent, moving like I am a grown man in the streets, but I'm in my home. Lay up on the couch till whenever I want. Stay up all night till 3 in the morning. Discord chat popping off, no moaning. Bumping loud music in the house unknown. To the people talking to me that's on the phone. Who gon' stop me now? Watch the throne. Few months in now, I'm in the zone. Now I gotta grab my old microphone. Hopping on the beat, hoping that I will blow up one day on Spotify. They show how I'ma keep improving and will grow. Since I got the privacy, let's go for broke and do what we need to do. That is no joke. What's next for me? Don't really know. What's next for me? Don't really know. Got a long road ahead of me. Brand new adventures, I can't wait. Got a lot of plans for the future. Don't really know where to start though. 2022, that's done now. 2023, here we go now. All right, well, it looks like that's it. That's the entire song for 2022. And now, here is the wrap up. So, welcome everyone to the 2022 wrap up. Hopefully, you all enjoyed all those different segments of these songs, as this was definitely one of the hardest songs I've had to do for a while, as there's so many different ideas I've been playing around with. So many different, just different ideas I've been playing around with. Now, usually when it comes to these wrap up portions, I usually kind of just talk in silence behind me. There's no instrumental or there's no anything. I just kind of talk about a few things, things that was happening throughout this year with me, plans for the next year, and etc. And I'm going to try my best not to drag it out this time, but I don't know. The song itself is already dragged out, so this might end up being dragged out too. And usually when it comes to these, they're much more freeform. So instead of me having a whole list of every single thing I'm going to say, I just have a very small list of a few bullet points, kind of like presenting a presentation, right? Like, I don't know exactly what words I'm going to use in what situation. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. So I might stumble a little bit. I might have to take a second to think about it, but I ideally don't want to have a bunch of takes for this part. So just bear with me as I try and figure out what in the world I plan on saying for these parts. But to get on with it, I guess the first thing I would start off with is kind of like the administrative stuff. I don't have a lot to talk about here, but the thing that I want to mention is how I'm approaching the release for this song. So for this song, it's going to be different because if you guys have been following me throughout the course of doing the 2020 song in this wrap up and the 2021 song and that wrap up, what I would usually do is I would release the entire song by itself on Christmas or like a day or two after, and that's it. But then later on, I would release like all the different versions of those tracks like on the 31st. You know, these songs always so far have had 3 parts. So I would have all 3 parts with like my rapping / singing or whatever on them. And then I'll have the other versions, whereas I have the instrumentals of each separate part that release. And then I'll have the one that has the entire track start to finish out with my vocals without the wrap up. And then I'll do the same thing, but with the instrumental. So I changed how I'm going to do that. This time, I'm going to go ahead and just release all of them, like all at once, for a couple reasons. One, because I've just been spending a lot of time on this track. You know, I've been pushing it, not last minute. I've been working on it for a while, but I've been working on it for like bits and pieces at a time. But in these last 2 weeks, I've been really pushing because ideally I like to release these songs on Christmas Day, but I've just been pretty busy with all sorts of different things. So, you know, I only was working on this a little bit at a time. And then before I knew it, Christmas was here. I mean, the holidays flew by this year. I don't know about you guys, but it flew for me. Like, I definitely wasn't ready for it. And again, before I know it, it'll be 2023. So I knew I had to prioritize this song because I wanted to put it out, and I hope you guys listen to it and enjoy this as much as I have putting it out. But anyway, that's one of the reasons why I am doing it like that. Another reason why I'm releasing this song like this time, all at once, is because I've kind of forced you to listen to it one way. And I don't want you to be forced anymore to listen to this song one way. If you're only feeling one part of the song and you're only feeling the instrumental of that part, then you can easily go to that immediately after listening to this and just say, okay, I'm just going to bump that. Or say you just really like another part. Like, hopefully you like the whole song, every part. But say there's one part you really, really like, then you can go and listen to that specific track without having to be at my mercy, waiting for me to release it later, just because I want to force you to listen to the whole thing. Ideally, I want you to listen to the whole thing first. But if you don't, then that's cool. So those are like the main reasons why I'm releasing it like this time. So if you're following me on YouTube or you're following me on SoundCloud, then you're probably going to hear or see a bunch of different releases all at once. If I can estimate, it's probably going to be about 7 to 9 releases back to back by the time I'm done with this. So hopefully you look forward to that. They're all this one song, just different like sections of the song. So that's all I got for the administrative stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is 2022. So the difference musically when it comes to 2022 is the fact that, well, in the previous years, it was different. You know, 2020, when I did that song and its wrap up, I was basically putting everything together like instrumentally based on what I was doing. So for instance, I had a little bit of drum and bass, but I had mostly hip hop, and I fused them by adding all these different elements to the track. But lyrically, the content wasn't as focused. Lyrically, it was kind of me taking aspects of like songs that I did or songs that I rapped over in that year. So things like acts of chivalry, things like motivation, things like self-reflection, mystery. I was taking aspects of all those songs and sort of just putting them all together into one cohesive track to say, this is where I've come in 2020. In 2021, when it comes to that, I took everything that I was doing instrumentally in every track. Can I remember the tracks I did in 2021? I think songs like Let It Build, songs like, what's that one song? I can't remember. It's crazy. I can remember the 2020 tracks, but not the 2021s off the top of my head. And that was much sooner. But anyway, I took elements from songs in 2021 and kind of put those ideas together to form the final track for that year. But I put it all into one concept lyrically. You know, having past, present, and future be the thing that I put together was me putting it all into one concept. But that concept didn't necessarily talk about what I was doing that year. That concept was kind of just me giving you sort of a background of like me back in the day, where I am like at the present moment or present moment of 2021, and ideas I had in mind for the future. The future, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I kind of tried my best to say, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, basically, but I'm going to keep living it out and doing what I'm going to do in the future. So that's 2021 in this wrap up. But this year is actually the closest we've gotten so far to me talking about what's happening to me in the present. You know, every aspect of what I talked about in 2022 in this song is the bulk of it. So like the first part of the song, or we'll say it like this. So track 1 of this 3-track song basically was me talking about how I was, you know, working this job where I'm constantly having like random hours and it's hectic, it's stressful. And then I come home and, you know, I'm living with my parents at this point and it's just a mess. It's chaotic. And I'm trying to find like a new job because I got my engineering degree last year and I was just looking for something. And I'm like, is this what my life's gonna be? Just stuck in this loop over and over and over? Like, am I ever gonna be able to move past this? So that was track 1 in a nutshell. Track 2 was me talking about now I suddenly get a call. They're setting an interview with me. I'm super nervous about that. But I end up going to this interview and sorry, my screen blacked out. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, yeah, so that was basically me going to the interview and I was super nervous, but I was like, all right, I'm super excited too. So wanted to go through that. And then afterwards, after I finished the interview, I'm like, all right, I'm super nervous, but I don't think I actually got the job. Come to find out, I did actually get the job. So I was super excited. I told my mom and parents and my friends and all that. And then I proceeded to stay there for a bit, or not stay there for a bit. I'm still working there. But I proceeded to save enough money to kind of help to move out. And then I moved out. You know, I got my friends and family to help me. And then I moved out. And then I was living on my own. So that's what kickstart the last track, track 3, which was basically me starting off talking about how the cons of living on my own, right? it was basically me saying how I got to do everything myself now. I don't have anyone to lean on anymore. If there's problems in the house, I have to fix it. If I have to, well, I have to cook and clean. I got to learn how to make all these different meals. If there's someone I need to talk to, how do I say this? If I need someone to talk to in person, I can't just walk around the house and find someone. It's just me. So that was me talking about the first part of that. The second part of that song was me kind of talking about how, man, what did I talk about? That's a shame when you forget your own lyrics. Okay, so the first part of my last track, I was talking about how I was alone and how that was a problem. Oh, right. The second part was basically me talking about how I'm basically accepting of that now. And, I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to get used to it. So now I'm kind of all right there. And then the last part of the song was easily my favorite part of the song. Hopefully it was you guys too. That's when I flipped the switch. And now I'm like, all right, now I'm loving this. Like, I don't need anybody else. I can do all this on my own. And then I lead off with, I don't know what I'm planning on doing next year, but I can't wait to see it happen. So that was everything that I've been doing in 2022, essentially. The only other thing of note that I can mention is that I was basically trying all sorts of different ideas when it comes to songs. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to put them out. So I apologize for not being able to put out more tracks where I rap or sing over them. There's much more instrumentals this year. So hopefully we can see more actual songs that I rap over next year. Which I guess they'll lead me into plans for 2023. Which I should go into that very quickly because I see on my timer is about to be 23 minutes. And I told you guys I was going to not hold you, but here I am holding you. So, all right, plans for 2023. So first things first, I promise I'm going to work on these collabs. I know I keep talking about it at the end of every year, but the ball is really on my court and I need to be better about kind of getting it together, getting my act together and just working with you guys. So expect for me to try and do collabs of some sort. And yeah, we're going to go from there with that one. But then there's other things I want to work on, like learning more in depth the stock plugins for FL Studio. I use FL Studio for people that don't know when I produce my tracks. So yeah, I want to learn a little more in depth the stock plugins because I feel like there's a lot of potential in those plugins, but they're just kind of untapped, at least for me. So I want to tap into them a little more. I want to try my hand at sampling a little more because I typically am guilty of using loops a lot. It's just easier because they give me one small segment of a sound that I like. So yeah, I end up using loops and I'm still going to continue to use loops, but I want to be better about sampling stuff too. I'll sample stuff from movies, video games, anime, whatever. Or that's the plan, is to try to sample more from that stuff. Sampling drum loops, sampling bass lines, all sorts of stuff. So I want to do that. I also want to work on these song remixes. There's songs I want to remix and there's songs that I want to remix for my friends, and trust me, there's a ton of songs I would remix. I've already done 2 Pokemon songs. I would remix 10 more Pokemon songs if you let me, because I love Pokemon. Pokemon, I'll admit, is one of my favorite video games of all time, or one of my favorite video game series of all time. So I'm absolutely not against dropping 10 more Pokemon remixes if I could. Will I subject you to that? Maybe. Depends on how I'm feeling. I typically like releasing them during the summer. So maybe this summer you'll see one. I didn't drop one this year but maybe I'll drop one in 2023. I don't know. But otherwise, let me think. Oh, right. Another thing I wanted to work on is playing around with vocal inflections and playing around with different flows and everything with my voice, because I know I could be doing more things and there's things I wanted to do, but I haven't done that yet. So things like adding backing vocals and all that stuff, I'm going to try and work on that too. But I think that's all I can think of right now. And I probably should end this because now we're about to be on the 26-minute mark. So just want to say thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for everyone that stuck around this long, not only for this track, but just to support me just in general. So I don't have an outro for this. So I'm just going to say thank you again. Can't wait to see you all in 2023. And hopefully, can't wait to see you all in 2023. And we'll see what happens from there. All right. You guys take care. See ya.